everybody. Melissa Weatherall, registered holistic nutritionist here, also a lover of Epicure, and I'm so excited to show you tonight's class. This is a Mexican Fiesta. We are going to highlight the Mexican meal kit. It is one of my absolute favorites. My kids love this one. It is so quick and easy. So let's get started. First, I just want to tell you just real quick here, I have chicken on this little stove top here, and we're just letting that start to sizzle. And the Mexican meal kit comes with, just so you can see, the enchiladas. Comes with 2 packs. This is a really delicious, you can make this vegetarian with black beans, really great meal solution. It also comes with the fajita, which is what we're using tonight. It comes with the poco picante as well as the guacamole. Now these things are all, available to purchase separately as well, but it's nice and convenient when it comes in a little kit. So those 4 items, I think it's like $34. Or you can buy the meal kit that includes the cookware I'm going to show you tonight as well. So just, I can help you out with all of that. But let's get started. So we are making chicken fajitas, but I am actually going to show you 2 ways to use this meal solution. I'm going to make a Buddha bowl as well as your traditional chicken fajita. So as I mentioned, we have the chicken on its cooking. I am going to take the fajita seasoning. What I love so much about Epicure is all of their spices are low sodium, low sugar. They are non-GMO project verified for over 90% of their items. Everything in the catalog is gluten-free. That is a huge, major deal for me. Gluten causes so many issues in people, and we don't even realize it until you take it away. So 100% gluten-free. They are a Canadian company, which is also something that I admire, and I love their philosophy, and that is to change plates. And here we are, looking for healthier ways, right? So I like it a little bit spicy. What's also lovely about these spices is you can, put as much as you want or as little as you want. I'm going to use a tablespoon of seasoning because we do like it a little bit spicy. I'm using our 4-in-1 spice spoon. This is also an incredible tool. It has a tablespoon, it has a half teaspoon, a quarter teaspoon, and a teaspoon. So it is a great tool to have. So I just put in a tablespoon of that, and I'm going to just give it a little stir while this is frying up. We will start making the other Mexican dishes that is going to go with this delicious meal. What I like so much about Epicure is after a busy day of work, you can have your meal from raw to ready on your table in 20 minutes or so. Depending on what one, sometimes it's 30 minutes. But there's no need to go through the fast food lines. There is no need to, put our health at risk when we can cook wholesome at home, and you have complete control over what kind of ingredients you buy. In our house, I always like to buy hormone and antibiotic-free meats. That's really important to me, as well as I use organic as much as I can. But you can really do what works for your family, which is what is so incredible about this. So I want to slice up some pepper to put into our chicken. So I'm going to use our silicone knife. This knife is truly amazing. It slices through, soft fruits like tomatoes so simply, and it is super sharp. So it does come with that protective sheath. Now I'm not doing a whole lot of pepper. I'm just going to do 1. Typically, if I'm making like a full-on classic only chicken fajita meal, I would do more pepper than this. I would do a yellow and an orange, or a yellow and a red. But because I'm just going to do a small batch, because I'm going to show you how to do a Buddha bowl primarily, and then how, if you have someone in your family that doesn't like that, you can mix it up and also use it as a fajita. So I'm throwing the pepper in there to start softening up with this meat. It smells so delicious. And next, we are going to slice up some onions. So I'm going to use our mandolin. I love this tool. It is such a nice way to use, to slice up onions, to slice up other things. You can do julienne carrots. There are 4 different plates with the different blades. So I have it in the protective cover, and you can see me here. Literally just gonna put that through this way here. Push that down a bit. There. So you can see it's really nice and thin, which I love, and I'm just going to add that into here as well. Get that all sliced up so that we are ready to enjoy this delicious meal. Now I don't want to use a lot because I'm going to use a little bit more of this onion for our poco picante. So there we go. Our onion and our pepper are in there, just sizzling away. We'll just let that continue to cook. I'll move this out of the way here. Oh, one thing I should mention as well is when you purchase the meal kit as a Mexican kit, you also get a digital recipe guide. This is really great. It shows you different ways to use the products, gives you lots of different recipe ideas, so it's kind of fun as well. So I'm just going to set that over there. Next, we are going to make guacamole. Guacamole is a fantastic way to get avocados into you. I've never been a huge avocado fan, but once I got in touch with this recipe itself, I love guacamole now because I just love the Epicure guacamole mix. So I'm just going to pop that out without cutting my hand because this is such a sharp, there we go. And I'm going to switch this up a little bit. We're going to make a creamy guacamole. So I'm just going to use one avocado. The recipe on the back of the jar actually calls for 2 avocados if you're doing a full recipe. I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. But because it's just myself and my husband that will eat this tonight, I'm just going to make a small batch. And I'm going to mix it up a bit and make it creamy by adding in sour cream. All right, so I should have brought a spoon. But here we go, we got the avocado out of the peel. I made a mess with my hands, but that's okay. Okay, I've cleaned up my hands here. So our guacamole mix is, again, it is low sodium. What I love about this is it's literally just onion, sea salt, red pepper, garlic, spices, herbs, and chilies. So it is delicious and so good for you. There is no extra weird ingredients, Islam, that you cannot pronounce. Okay, so on the back of this one, for 2 avocados, it says to use 3 tablespoons. So I'm just going to put in 1 tablespoon and a half, just because we're only using 1 avocado. So next, I'm going to take my fork, which I haven't shown you guys this yet, but I'll show you this in a second. Use my fork and I'm just going to mash it up. I love being able to make as little or as much as we need. There's no waste when you do it that way. And it really does take such little time in order to make a good meal. All right, so I've mashed up our guac, mixed up the seasoning into the avocado. Now I'm going to add in a little bit of sour cream to make it a creamy guacamole. Just up levels the taste. Now if you're dairy free, this wouldn't be an option for you. You could get some coconut yogurt and do that instead. But this is a Mexican night. We're gonna go all out and have the sour cream. All right, so there is the creamy guac. So that is ready. Our chicken smells delicious. It is also ready. So I'm just gonna let it sit here, turn that off. All right, so next we are going to make some poco picante. So this is the poco picante. What's so lovely about this is you can use tomatoes fresh from your garden, you can go and get tomatoes from the grocery store, you can even use canned diced tomatoes. I would always choose no salt added myself, and I would look for a BPA-free can, but that's just me. So what I love about this is, again, you can make as little or as much. You can make it spicy or not spicy by how much spice you put in or how much seasoning you use. And what I also love is there's no ingredients this long in that prepared salsa that you find at the grocery store. So I'm going to use my silicone knife again, and I have washed up my tomatoes so they're ready to go. And as you can see, they just slice right through here. This knife is honestly should be in everybody's kitchen. Amazing. So I just want to just chop this up into little pieces. Add that in. You can also use the seasonings. I always like to tell people to use the seasonings you can use them and think outside of the jar or the package, depending on what it is that you buy. Because you can really, they're so versatile, you can use them on anything. I know a lot of people use the poco picante on their eggs and their omelets. Oh my goodness, you can pretty much use it wherever you need some seasoning, which I also love so much. Take that out. So here we are, we've got 2 tomatoes, all chopped up. All right, I'll just do this one real quick. Okay, so we're all set. We have this nice chopped up, all ready to go. This one I'm just gonna change. It's a little bit wet now. So we'll just move that over. Okay, so for this one, it says for 1 cup of diced tomatoes, you want to use 2 tablespoons. Now, it's not hot in my opinion, so I will use the 2. Other people may find it that way. But I'm also going to use some onion that we had in here. I want to add it more like a Pico de Gallo. That is my favorite thing to have. So I'm just going to dice up some onion quick to add in here as well. And again, you can put onion in your salsa too. It doesn't have to be this way, but I really enjoy it this way. So do that. All right, so you can't have salsa, in my opinion, without cilantro. Cilantro is such a great detoxifier. I'm going to put a little bit, chop it up and add it in here as well. There we go. And I'm just going to give it a wee stir. This is our silicone serving spoon as well. Another great tool to have. It's like a spatula and a spoon all in one. Really makes the job in the kitchen so easy. So there we have it, our Pico de Gallo, but of course we want to add in a lemon, which I did not bring down. So you would add a lemon in at this point just to give it a little splash, and I find lemon really brings out the taste so much more. So I'll have to add that later because I forgot to bring that down to my counter. Okay, so we've got our creamy guac, we've got our salsa, or Pico de Gallo, depending on whichever way you want to call it. We've done our chicken. Fajita mix is ready. So next, what we're gonna do is plate everything. But before we do that, I just wanna show you real quick. So as I mentioned before, this comes as a kit, so you'll also get the purple people eater. No, I'm just kidding. This is like the best purple tool you'll ever use in your kitchen. I have friends that use this for cooking their meat. You can do a whole chicken, you can do so many things right in your microwave. I personally don't do a lot of meat in my microwave. I find it just as easy to do it on the stovetop or in the oven. But I like to use this for quinoa, for rice, for steaming my vegetables, and I use it in the microwave. So I have put in 1 cup of basmati rice with a teaspoon or so of the Nourish broth, just to give it a little extra boost in flavor, and 2 cups of water, and I microwaved it for 13 minutes. Now I really wish you could see, I just have to use my knife here, wish you could see how fluffy, like it is absolutely perfect. And if you know basmati rice takes a long time on the stovetop, this just cuts down that cooking time so easily. So you could use quinoa the same way. Quinoa would work with the same 2-to-1 ratio, but I decided to do basmati tonight. So I have prepared my salad bowl. I've got just a big handful of spring mix. I've thrown in some grated carrots and some tomatoes. I'm going to use my portion scoop here and just scoop out 1 scoop of the rice. I'm gonna add that to my bowl. So this is like my version of a Buddha bowl, okay? And then I'm going to, of course, add in some of the Pico de Gallo. So delicious. And then I want to also grab some of the chicken and peppers. I'm gonna add those there. And what I love about this is you can make this and you can use it in a couple different ways, right? So this is what's so lovely about it. Now I'm going to add some creamy guac. You don't even need a dressing when you have like all of these goodness here. And if you really want to go to town, you could add a little sprinkle of cheese. And there is my Buddha bowl, Mexican style. This is what I will have for dinner. However, my husband is more of a fajita guy, so I have a wrap for him, and I will do the same thing. Add some chicken and some peppers and onions to his. And then I will add some creamy guac, some Pico de Gallo, and of course some cheese. And there you have it. I've also made a chicken fajita with the same meal. I hope that you've enjoyed this cooking class. If you have any questions, always comment below, and take care and happy cooking.